It's going to be it's called a cosmic cooking show. So it's going to be a little bit comedic. Alisa is very funny, and she's also really, really good at conscious eating, and she's even taught me a lot. She's also one of my roommates. Right now she's in Guatemala doing her nomad thing, and I'm over here in Mexico. But she has found a kitchen in Guatemala, as digital nomads do, and she's going to be cooking for us. And she's taught me a lot about conscious eating, and basically the relationship we have to our food. And it's not just about what we eat, it's actually about how we eat and our relationship to the food, and actually giving it love, raking it. I know Bryant talked about feeling the vibrations of the food, if you guys are on Bryant's breathwork talk. And so Alisa has taught me a lot about all of this stuff. And she is an Aquarius, so she definitely is embodying everything that we've been talking about this whole festival, specifically today. So if you guys want to head into that link, yeah, we actually put the recipe in here, and then we're also going to put it right in the Facebook group for those of you guys in the Facebook group. Yeah, I'm not sure if this link works, but we'll put the one in the Facebook group too, so you guys have that recipe. I think Alisa is maybe still getting set up, maybe not, but we're going to make it interactive. So we have an hour and a half. There's no rush. We can even share a meal together, but allow this to be either entertaining, if you just feel like watching and being entertained, or if you're like starving and you're like, I want to learn to cook a meal. We're going to head into our kitchen. I don't even know if I have all the ingredients, but we're going to make something, and it's going to be fun. And the rest is like dancing out of happiness. So amazing. So Alisa, with that, welcome to Emergence Festival. You have the full floor.
Okay, I'm just putting my hair up. You want to first put your hair up if you have hair. Hi, Chelsea. I love you. She's in front of my favorite painting in the house. It's the best. And I'm so grateful for this experience and to share it with everyone here. Wow, this is so cool. This is my first ever cosmic cooking show. So if there's anything I'm going to ask from you, it's probably patience and just a lot of head nodding. This is my sweet, 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 amazing angel. This is Luna, or Megan. And she's been helping me peel almonds and throw them on the ground and pick them up.
Those were out. We poured those out for the ancestors.
And yeah, we have my amazing friend Steph, who lent me her as being a nomad. I'm sure that there's a few of them here. You know the life. And I had to find a kitchen and ingredients, and that was alone a journey. I bought them from places I never thought I'd buy vegetables before. So here we are, we did it. We've collected all the ingredients. And is anyone cooking the meal with us? You can kind of wave your hand out if you are cooking the meal.
Let's show them where we are too.
Chelsea, are you cooking?
No one's cooking.
No one's cooking. Okay.
Well, I'm going to be in the kitchen, and I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to see if it turns in, you're the chef of the house, but I'm going to try.
Plain pasta.
I can.
Okay, so
we're going to give you a view of where we are. Okay, let's show them. This is the volcano on Lake Atitlan in Guatemala. There's Honey.
Okay, so today we are going to be making a huge mess in the kitchen, which I've already done. Sorry, Stephanie. And secondly, I do want to bring some light to bringing more consciousness and mindfulness in the kitchen. So much of the time, especially when part of my journey has been like being younger and experiencing an eating disorder growing up, and really learning how to like work with food instead of it being this annoying thing or this addiction. Instead, it's actually like a form of self-worth. It's a form of worship. It's everything we do throughout the day is a prayer. And so and everything you do is a form of worship, whatever you want to call it. And so it's bringing that act of worship in the kitchen. So, and again, all of your cells, I'm sure you know, are made of mostly water. So we're vibration. And so we're able to put that vibration into our food. And that's super awesome. And this is like the teaching of how to become an alchemist in the kitchen and creating your pantry as your medicine cabinet and learning how to medicinally cook for yourself. So thank you for joining. If you're not cooking, then I'm sure you will be more than entertained as I'm throwing lentils in 800 directions. And so we're gonna be making khichdi. So khichdi, or kind of khichdi, because I don't really do anything by the book so much. And so the khichdi is a really amazing meal that's great for the gut. It's an Ayurvedic meal, and it's tridoshic, which means it's good for vata, kapha, and pitta. And it's, if you wanted to ever do like a khichdi cleanse, there's people that do like 40 days of just khichdi. And so that's a really great way to bring yourself into a more balanced and grounded state, or if you're finding that you have any gut issues. Chai, another Indian favorite, is an amazing drink that's great for the digestion. It adds a little bit more fire to digestion, and we're cooking with a lot of spices today. And so as we begin, I'm going to first just bring us into a little bit more grounding, a little bit more centered. So if you just want to take a moment just to close your eyes. And you're going to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. If your legs are crossed, you're going to uncross your legs. Maybe you're standing, maybe you're seated. And you're just going to take 5 deep, slow breaths here. Just taking a moment to feel the skin, to feel the clothes, to feel your solid form. Feel the breath. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. And just feel like through your hands, you're blessing your body. And knowing that every meal you cook and every morsel of food that you put in your mouth is building your cells. And just almost feel, if you're ready, this inner commitment. Whether you're cooking or not right now. But maybe you're entering into a new journey where you are healing with your food. You can bring the hands together at the heart, equally pressing the right and the left hand together. Take a big breath in and a big breath out, and inhale to Om. And then you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Again, I am a wild woman, so this is a very wild way of cooking. So first, what we're gonna be doing is we're going to be starting with the chai. And so if you ever made chai together, it's always the more that you let the herbs stay in the water, the stronger the chai is gonna become. So in this chai, it's gonna be cacao chai. So Megan has this ceremonial cacao, which she's probably eaten like 5 blocks today. She's very hyper.
Heart open.
Her heart is very open. So we're not going to use the cacao right now.
No. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this cacao.
Tell them about the cacao.
Okay, so those of you who have never tried ceremonial cacao before, it's really ancient medicine used by the Mayans to open the heart. And it was so sacred to them that it was as valuable or more valuable than gold for its healing properties. So it used to be actually used as currency. And it's so powerful for softening the walls that we tend to create around the heart where we've been wounded or hurt. We try to protect ourselves. So what cacao does is soften the pericardium around the heart, and it allows that energy to flow. So some people, and I've experienced this on the lake, it's like having these like amazing heart opening feelings of like emotional release or an ecstatic feeling, especially when you combine with dance and music. So it's a really beautiful medicine that we're using here today. So hopefully you guys have some. If not, we will hopefully transmit the frequency through the airwaves.
Okay. And so in our, thank you, Natasha.
What did she say?
I'm happy because this is a cooking show that I've done none other. Stop and host. Oh my God. Okay. So what we're going to be putting in the chai is cinnamon. This is anise. Oh, wait.
It's so cute. It's a star.
It's a star, just like you guys. Okay. Cardamom. You can't see it, but it's in my hand. And then the other ingredients, which we're going to pretend are in this bowl because I could not find them, is fennel, there's cloves, yeah, so cardamom and then fresh ginger. So I've been boiling the ginger. So it depends on how spicy you like your chai. You can do like a little ingredients, or you can like full power make a spicy, super wild chai. And I actually used to dress up like a fairy and sell chai at parties. And I made absolutely no money, but it was lots of fun. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is adding these ingredients to the hot water. I know I'm going to get in trouble for talking over there. Okay, so I'm going to be adding the ingredients into the water and just letting that kind of boil and sit while we're making our khichdi. So that's the chai, or in my case, the slightly fake chai.
And we add the cacao.
And we have the cacao, but we're going to do that later. So I know you're very excited.
I'm very excited about the cacao. I'm like, can we do it now?
Give us the cacao. So we're going to come back and there's going to be like no cacao. So we're going to hide that from Maggie. So for the khichdi. For the khichdi, so in Indian cooking, what makes it amazing is you actually pop the seeds. Yes, chai does mean just tea. Yes. So anything could be chai. Thank you. So I could just make hot water with chai. But thank you. But okay, so for Indian cooking, you pop the seeds, and in our case, we're gonna do coconut oil to make it vegan. However, if you're not vegan, you can use ghee, which is clarified butter, or preferably you want to look into the oils that you're using. Like for example, vegetable oil, or even other certain types of oils, they will overheat. Like olive oil, for example, you definitely want to not
use olive oil if you're cooking, because it's just an unsaturated fat, and it actually creates free radicals, so it causes aging. So it's really preferred to use a saturated fat like coconut oil or ghee if you're cooking. It's a little tip.
Yeah. Age reversal through oil.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you're gonna pop your seeds in the oil, and that's actually gonna like help release. It's gonna help release more of the flavors into the oils, which is gonna like make your whole dish just super, 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 super flavorful. Okay, so Megan's gonna dance and entertain for you while I get the things ready.
We have another friend here, Garland. Darling, would you like to dance?
I'm busy doing some work right now.
Okay.
Maybe.
I got your spoon, baby.
Okay.
Honey.
All right.
This is honey. And I'm good. Honey.
Okay, so now we're going to be popping the seeds. So, would you ever cut the ginger?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, so you're gonna be adding about a tablespoon of ghee or coconut oil. Oh my God, Narissa, you're cooking. That's amazing. Okay.
Oh, hey Narissa, so cute. Oh,
Okay. Okay, so yes, adding in the coconut oil. And then all the seeds that are in the ingredient list, I just like to mix them together in a bowl. Very intense. No, I think maybe. Okay, and then you're gonna pop your seeds.
pop it. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Come on, no, it's fine. Who cares? Honey said to turn it down, but I think, you know, why tone it down? Just be free, you know, like just let it all go. Like do whatever you feel. Like this is a time of liberation. We need to free ourselves from these mind things, you know, limitations. No mas.
No turning down. Ashta, hey.
You can't hear us?
No, I can hear you. I said no turning down.
You're
Ashta,
turning
hey.
it down. Thank you. Thank you. Was that, I think, is that Zach? I
It's
couldn't tell
Michael.
who that was. Whoever said that, thank you for that.
It's Michael from Atlanta. I'm
Michael.
watching
Oh,
you.
Michael. Oh, I love you, Michael.
I love you too.
Okay, so once your seeds are popped, now that we're perfect, amazing. The ginger cut up small. Okay, so you're gonna add your ginger. And if you do, so preferably with khichdi, you're not using garlic and onion, just as it does, it makes it a little bit more intense in the digestion. However, if you want to, thank you, Naresh. Yeah, so if you want to be adding garlic and onion just for flavor and like skip the whole khichdi thing, it also just makes an amazing dish. So you can add whatever you want. So once you've added the spices, I'm going to be adding in, so you can use basmati rice. Today I'm using quinoa, especially if you're vegan, it's nice because quinoa has lots of extra protein and minerals and it's really, really good for our health. And I just have red lentils because I could not find mung beans. If you're using mung beans, they take a while to cook. So I always like to soak things as long as I can because it makes it easier for the digestive system. For example, even quinoa, I was reading once that they used to be soaked for 3 days to make it easier to digest. And it's nice even cooking rice to let it soak longer. Beans, I do overnight and boil them for a really long time, just as I have a sensitive digestive system. And so just adding now the lentils and the quinoa in with the herbs. Oh my God. And also on the floor.
For the ancestors.
All right, so adding in the lentils and the quinoa, and then asking Megan to give me some water. Agua. Maybe you put it in this bowl. Which water? A little bit of that, and then the top water is okay to boil.
Leaning on the,
What am I doing?
yeah. It's not on the.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. That's good. That's perfect. Thanks. Amazing. So once you've added the quinoa, hi Claire. So once you've added the quinoa and the lentils into the spices, Jessica's in our kitchen, amazing. This is so funny. Okay, so once you've added the lentils and the quinoa, that's gonna take about half an hour, a little longer to cook. If you're adding any carrots or harder vegetables, then you'll add those in probably in about 10 minutes. Other things like leafy greens, even zucchini, anything of that nature, you can add it about 20 minutes. I always use honestly, when I cook with my intuition. So this is another lesson as well, is to this is an intuitive cooking show. So you learn to actually cook the same way that you would do anything intuitively. You can actually use this to help you cook because you're really involving all of your senses. And so the feminine, if we want to call it the feminine aspect is a little bit more unpredictable and a little bit more chaotic. And it is messy and it's fun. So it's like, get messy with your cooking, have fun, make it dance, sing, make your kitchen your party room. If you must, especially during this time. If you're like in your kitchen all the time, you might as well dance in it. Okay. And so our chai is cooking, our khichdi is cooking. So if you're doing this, you're gonna have about 20 minutes. So we're just gonna start chopping things over here. So whatever veggies you're cooking with, I do see people not cooking. So if you're not cooking, then you should dance. Oh, you're adding in the ingredients. Okay, Sachal. All right. I can't see. I'm just gonna look at the chat for a second. There's a lot of messages going on in here. Yes, so Sachal, you add the quinoa. And then also if you have your turmeric, so you're gonna be adding your turmeric in as well. So now that we have the quinoa and the lentils in, we're gonna be adding, if you have any powdered spices. So the powdered spices you're not gonna pop, you're gonna pop with the seeds. The powdered spices you're gonna mix in now, or else you'd like burn it. So again, powdered spices adding in. And not measuring. Not measuring. How do I open this? So funny. Careful.
Careful with turmeric, it stains. It really stains.
And I'm wearing Megan's shirt, so I'm not allowed to stain the turmeric.
Yeah, I styled her.
Oh yeah. Megan's my stylist today.
Look how cute she looks. Show them your skirt back up.
Amazing.
Yeah, so cute.
Okay, this is an outfit by Megan.
She looks good.
And as I took this screenshot, I had this. And this is my ex-husband.
You need a lot of turmeric. So turmeric's good for inflammation.
I was reading.
Turmeric's good for inflammation. So if you have like pain in your body, turmeric's really good for settling down the inflammation. They say black pepper helps to open like the pathways in the body so that you can assimilate the benefits of turmeric. So that's a little tidbit, little note, what's it called? Subtitle.
A subtitle. And while you're cooking with lentils and lentils or beans, don't add salt until the end. So if you wanted to add salt to this, then you add it at the end, just because they cook better without the salt. I forget the exact definition, but I will write it on the page after. Naresh is just having the best. I can see Naresh. He's just like laughing. He loves it so much.
We love the feedback. Thank you.
It's like,
So you gotta do it. This is part of putting the energy in the food. So you gotta enjoy the process.
yes,
You know, like dance while you're making it. This infuses the meal with the energy. In Mexico and Guatemala, they say energía. It's kind of like energy, but with an H. That's how they say it in Spanish. So it's a little Spanish lesson for you too.
Hey, Alisa, I found
Evening?
I found that at some stores they sell mung beans like frozen. So like if anyone wants to get mung beans and not have to do the soaking process, some stores, like specifically Indian stores, will sell it like frozen.
Wow, what store is that?
It's in New Jersey. It's called like Masala Marketplace.
Wow, that's really nice.
I'm also making it with the quinoa, with the dal, and then I'm gonna try it with lentils too. So I just wanted to say like I'm trying it with three things. So I don't know how it's gonna come out, but I just wanted to share.
I will say sometimes it does feel like it's not going to turn out that great because you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. But in the end, it always turns out well as long as you don't burn it. That's what I find. So.
And honestly, I was cooking for this women's circle once, and I tried it before meditating, and I was like, oh God, like what did I just make for these women? And then I sat there in meditation and I just like prayed. I know this sounds very far off, but I was like literally sitting there meditating, being like sending all of my good vibes into that pot. And we tried it after, and I swear to God, it changed. But you have to try that for yourself.
I believe it.
Question everything I say and then try it. How's everyone doing with their cooking? I don't know how to see everyone's screens.
I'm enjoying watching Narissa. I know Sasha's cooking.
Jessica, are you cooking?
She's making cacao.
Oh, you're making, okay. We're gonna start making the cacao.
Ceremonial cacao.
We just got a message.
What's the message?
We just got a message. This just in. This was part of, it's really cute. It's called the Happy Soul Project. And it was part of one of the, I think it was the turmeric. And it says, did you know that selfishness leads to unhappiness and causes pain and suffering for others? It is good to think about yourself, your own well-being and business, as long as you respect the rules and your neighbors are not harmed. We need to be ethical, honest, and respect the rules of the world we live in. Otherwise, we cannot improve the living conditions on our planet, of which we are all responsible. Reflect upon yourself. Are you selfish? Are you honest? Do you treat others with respect, or how? Reflect, and if you realize that you can improve on some of these aspects, then do so. You'll be the first to benefit. Thank you for being humble and considering this, and for being strong enough to look within and wise enough to do the right thing. That's so cute. Happy Soul Project. I love that. Oh, I love conscious brands.
Just a small commercial.
I don't know them. I'm just like, I love that. That's so cute.
That's amazing.
They should, yeah.
Megan always sees like the positive. She always finds the messages and the symbols along the way. Okay, now we're gonna make almond milk. Okay, so you've soaked your almonds overnight. And if you have to do this now, don't worry, you have so much time to do this. So you've soaked your almonds overnight. And then what you're gonna do, which sounds unhandy, but just make it another meditation practice, is you're gonna peel all the almonds. And you can see here, my almonds are peeled, they're in a blender. And if you have a nut bag, that's amazing. I do not. So I'm gonna use a blender. And so just for a moment, I'm just gonna be making sounds, blending my almond milk. So if you're cooking your khichdi, you kind of wanna just let it, you can put some more water in it. So you're putting enough water to cover it and just let it boil, because the quinoa and the lentils, as they cook, are gonna soak up the moisture.
Alisa, we had a request to, someone wants to see your pot. Can you show them inside the pot?
Yes, it's gonna be very weird, but we're gonna go on a journey into the pot. You can look at my, I know there's one chia or something in my teeth. Okay. This is my pot. So I did add I cheated. I'm not telling you everything I do because I'm like kind of just really winging it here. But I have my veggies. So I have my carrots in. I have some veggies. I've got, it's like slightly boiling. Smells divine. My chai is getting like super dark and like rich in flavor. My almonds are still sitting in water doing nothing, but I'm gonna blend them in a second. Does anyone else want to show their pot? We can do like a pot. Narissa, let's see your pot, girl. Show me your pot.
Hey, Narissa, that looks great.
Yeah, Narissa,
I've made this before, actually.
check your email. She's gonna send some.
For the water, you said it doesn't have to be measured out, just cover everything.
For the water, yeah, cover it and then just allow it to simmer. I'll check on it and I'll just add more water here and there just to make sure that it's staying moist. And you want to be like careful when cooking. I know it's a weird word, moist. Megan's giggling. And so you want to like just keep it from burning by, you're going to keep it from burning by continuing to add more moisture, more water. And I've even added like coconut milk in the past too, and that's been really good. But we're just doing a more simple version. Okay, almond milk. All right, so what's amazing is you can make milk out of anything. I've made it out of coconuts, macadamia, Brazil nuts. I basically will blend anything and see if it makes milk. I've made very weird milk. I'm not a big fan of like, I've tried to make chickpea milk once. That was very strange. Rice milk was a little weird too. So you can always let me know what kind of milks you've tried and what works and what doesn't. You can connect after on Instagram. Okay. Okay, so about to take these. And so you're gonna also take you're also gonna need a strainer as well. And so just for a brief moment, taking a blender break. Megan, let me check something boiling over here.
Okay, let's turn up the music.
Okay. So I'm just gonna explain. Okay, so now you have your milk. So you see it's like this. So easy. So you can make your own almond milk. And what's great about this is that the melts. Oh yeah, if you're allergic to nuts. The rice milk, oat milk. Oat milk is another amazing option too. So you can just like take some oats, do the same thing, blend it, strain it, and then you have oat milk. I just have almonds. And I was gonna, but I even have this like coconut that I found in my friend's fridge. So you can add a coconut in, you can add macadamia, again, Brazil nut. Okay, wait, yeah, I'm holding it on some secrets. Hemp milk, you guys are good. You got all the ideas. Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, hemp milk. What did I try to make milk with? Yeah, I think I cooked the rice and that's what made it really weird. Don't cook the rice first. Megan, what are you eating? Megan's eating things out of the pot. Oh my goodness. And so,
Breaking in the food.
And so I'm just gonna strain said milk into a bowl. However, if you have a nut bag, you can use a nut bag. Again, if you're allergic, yeah, we're getting full Reiki. Megan's Reikiing everything. Can you make sure it's not really good?
It is boiling.
Can you turn it down?
Yes.
Thanks, love.
Is that down or up? Oh, down.
Okay, so, and what's also amazing about your almond milk, so you have your milk, And then you have your almonds. And so what you can do with the almonds is you can actually use this to make bliss balls with. You can use it to bake cookies with. You can add it into like a chia or an oat bowl. It's just amazing fairy, just having the most.
Those are amazing.
Okay, Megan is blessing. Megan is super blessing it up. Megan's blessing everyone. Everything is blessed.
These are some of the benefits of cacao. I had something, this amazing cacao brownie as a ceremonial dose. Oh, can y'all hear me?
Did you make them?
No, not yet. Tune in next time. We'll make the brownie.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
need
those
that in
brownies are
life.
ceremonial dose. So good, wasn't it?
Did it say that?
Well, I was warned by a girl that was there. She goes, "Be careful with those. That's like a full ceremonial dose. So you got to be careful."
Yeah.
But not care. I mean, it gives you a lot of energy. Energía, if you remember from Spanish from before. Yeah, so I have a lot of energy, and I feel open, and my heart feels love and just joy. I love it here. This is a powerful vortex, I will say. This lake, oh my God, it's a volcano. So you have that energy, the volcanic energy. And then our friend Garland, who's hiding behind the camera.
Camera lady.
She told me this story that nobody knows. This is well, I haven't fact checked it, but I trust that she did.
Okay, just 1 second. All right, back to we're taking it.
Okay, you will never know the answer.
Can I put cayenne pepper in kitchery?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know your cayenne limits.
Okay.
There's a huge, yes, the community here in San Marcos is absolutely beautiful. The community in Tulum, I'm sure there's communities all over the world just really dancing, loving, just having an amazing time right now. Okay. So now,
We'll stop.
now I'm just going to be preparing the kale and the salad. So whatever your salad ingredients are, you're just going to start preparing those. And then we're going to be moving on to the tahini dressing.
I got that pre-made.
Pardon?
I got that pre-made.
Oh, you got your salad already? Good, 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 good.
The tahini dressing.
So can I see your cacao, or can I see your mixture over there?
Yes. We're going on a mixture hunt. Here we go. Touring past the carrot. So now look at it. Oh, I wish you guys could smell. I'm probably fogging up the camera, but it smells so good. And the chai is smelling amazing. And when you cook Indian, I know there's like, I'm obsessed. I lived in India for, thank you, Naresh. I lived in India for 5 months, and then I went back again. And that was really, honestly, when I started to fall in love with food and preparing food was in India. So I had a chai stand in Canada. I'd be making Indian. I came back from India and I just refused to be in Canada. I was like, nope, I'm going to make India in my kitchen. So I cooked Indian every day. I made chai every day. And yeah, so India really, really has such a special place in my heart. And what I do love about San Marcos in Guatemala, where I am right now, is it has such an Indian community. And I think there's just India has found a home everywhere. And like that is, Naresh, I am preparing a kind of khichdi. So it's a little bit like khichdi, but then I'm cheating. And chai with cacao. So it's kind of blending in a little bit of Mexican, a little bit, yeah, it's pretty chronic. I do find the more fresh, oh yeah, speaking about prana and food, that's amazing. That's actually a really good thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Naresh. So we can get more prana We can get more prana in our food by, obviously sunlight is prana, breath is prana. And so the first source of prana is the sun. So you can actually get a lot of prana in your body by doing sun gazing, which is an amazing way. Again, try everything out. Everything I say is just something that I've personally tried. So in order for you to make it truth for yourself, try it and see if it gives you energy. And then the second form of energy is like plants. You'll see like a flower and plants, they're like drawing in that sun, that water. And so they're receiving that prana. And so the fresher that you're cooking, and so in Ayurvedic cooking, you're not even supposed to preheat your food again. So generally you're actually just heating your food once, eating it, and then maybe leftovers another day. But then other than that, they don't actually recook it because it has lost its pranic value. And so the fresher the food, the more prana. It's always good to have like a salad and fruit, something raw. And especially at these times where a lot of us are not leaving our houses and just getting a little bit less sunlight, it's nice to try and remember that that energy, that source comes from our food, comes from our breath, comes from sunlight, comes from happiness, being together, laughing. These online, this beautiful festival that Chelsea and Jessica and so much of the Chris Lifts team have been like, wow, busting so hard to make this happen for all of us. This is another way to receive prana, is just like really bringing community together. Because even if we're not here in person cooking a meal, I really feel like there is this sense of togetherness that we're doing this together. Even if you're not cooking, maybe you're just eating breath prana with us. Okay, cool. So moving through, we've got our khichdi is getting very close to being done. The chai is getting close to be done. So I'm actually going to be taking I'm going to add a little bit of greens. So I'm going to add some kale. Maggie's coming back to join us. I have to say sorry because I gave her a sassy look. Oh my God, it's Kimberly.
Kimberly. Thank you for your apology.
Okay, so now we're going to be adding in our greens to our khichdi. So sometimes I chop things up small, but when I'm hosting my first cooking show ever, I'm going to do a little bit of a faster job. And you should have seen us getting here. Like, oh my God, how we ended up in this beautiful house was just, you can tell them about your.
We'll show you behind the scenes. If you go to our stories on Instagram, you will see the behind the scenes. It was wild. We took up a mountain. It was crazy. And then, yeah, we'll show you honey, finding the ingredients.
Greens, gotta get them greens.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love greens.
Alisa, what do you feel like about washing veggies? Can you hear me?
Alisa, I think we have a question over here from Narissa.
How do you feel about washing veggies?
I feel, that's a very good question. Aw, Jessica, thank you. Washing veggies. Well, here in Guatemala, we wash, but we actually, my friend Steph has this amazing, I know there's some nomads out there, but you can always go, there's always a natural food store, and plants are super disinfectant and anti-parasite and all these things. So something like garlic, for example, is full power. I know this is breaking off from washing veggies, but this is actually a natural lemongrass vegetable wash. So I just soaked it in water, added the lemongrass, and like rinsed it off really well. And washing veggies, sometimes, to be honest, I don't use the peels all the time. Like in Mexico, I'm kind of peeling everything off and like not eating the peels just because I don't know. And in Canada, I think washing your vegetables is a good habit to have because you don't know who's touched it and where it's been. Composting, yes, Chelsea knows my constant battle with the compost. We're still praying for our compost angel. Lemon oil. Gigi, could you write your description of how you make lemon oil? That's super cool. Yeah, if anyone else has any like natural ways to wash veggies, this is new territory for me. So I would love to learn more. Did you stir it with your sexy dancing? So make sure you're dancing while you're stirring. It's of the most importance. Coriander lovers or haters? Are we coriander lovers? Narissa, taking the full screen, girl, cooking and dancing. Ah, grapefruit oil. Amazing. Okay. And as many of you can tell, I really love mushrooms. So in my in my intuitive salad, I'm going to be adding these amazing mushrooms that I found at this market. This woman, she was so cute. She had this whole stand of vegetables and they were all organic and like the minerals here. So that's another thing with your food too, is checking the sources as to where you're getting your vegetables. If you have like a local market where you can get organic, and especially if you kind of know a background of the soil. So the roots, go to the roots. What's the roots of your food? And so finding that food that's grown with love, with like amazing minerals, organic. I know in Hawaii, they're taking amazing initiatives to actually re-implement more magnesium and more minerals into their soil. And so if you're a permaculturist and you're getting into farming or growing your own food, it's really important to be doing that, to be learning how to feed yourself from the roots up. If you have time to even to grow one plant in your house that maybe you're using to make tea. So maybe you just have a mint plant or some coriander, just some spices to cook with. It feels good to be able to grow your own medicine. Okay, so cacao. Maggie, do you want to come help with the cacao? Okay. So cacao. There's obviously many ways you can get cacao. I have a feeling that we have lots of cacao lovers on this. Oh wow, there's 31 participants. All right, so I'm sure out of 31 of you, I'm almost positive that everyone loves cacao here. Yes to cacao from Mahadev. So I have the paste because we're really blessed and we have it like right in the stores here. However, if you're not able to get paste, you can use powder. There's so many different forms of it. And like all the plants we are using today and all of the food that we're cooking with, I think that everything deserves respect. So just as we're using these plants, to not overuse and to not waste it and to not maybe become like addicted or use it all the time, but also just to bring like mindfulness into what we're drinking, what we're eating. And so just having respect for the plant kingdom and just feeling gratitude for all of the plants that we get to share, because everything you eat you are what you eat. So we're actually getting the information from all the plants that we're cooking with as well. Wow, look at Narissa go. She's a pro. Next, I feel the next cosmic show could be Narissa.
My life actually, like real quick testimony. And I was like really sick, that's when I found Kitchery, and I made like a huge pot of it, and it can last you like a long time, like 5 to 7 days. And you can also have it for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So like that helped me to go back to balance because I had like lost so many nutrients. And I love it.
And look how healthy and beautiful she looks. I'm sure it's not just because of the Kitchery. All right, so going into the cacao paste, I am just going to, because I'm making a cacao chai, so at this fairy chai stand that I used to have, so I would sell cacao chai, mushroom chai, chai of all kinds. And then chais are like the Indian, more like yogi tea. And so I'm gonna be just melting the cacao over the stovetop and then setting it aside and then adding it to the mixture after. If you have a blender, maybe you're blending it up. And
I'm so excited about this one. Like so
This is so exciting. And if you have a milk frother, I did travel with mine, but it broke. I'm very sad. I never like to leave home without my milk frother. But now I have to practice unattachment of milk frothing. But if you have a milk frother, almond milk, homemade almond milk froths to perfection, the perfect froth. And Narissa has a milk frother, so she can demonstrate the full latte effect.
my little sister just brought one over. Like, how crazy is that?
Wow, that's amazing. Are you cooking for anyone, Narissa?
I'm probably gonna give some to my family.
Probably.
They sometimes don't like the food I make. But I just use a cup of the mung beans, a half cup of quinoa, and a half cup of lentils. How many servings do you think that'll be? Like 4 or like 6?
Depends how hungry you are.
But like how long do you think? Oh, true.
Let's see, can I see your pot?
Yeah.
What does your intuition tell you?
I usually have like a small portion when I eat. Like I feel like this might be like 6 to 8 servings.
Really?
Servings.
I think I'm a hungry girl.
It's
That looks like 4. Oh, that's a big pot.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
4, and then just add a salad and like the dressing. It'll fill them up. And some avocado if you have it. Okay. Now I'm just shifting around. So I'm just going to disappear for a slight moment. I'm just going to be melting my cacao and preparing. Sometimes it's nice to also add a little bit of like, if you have cacao butter, that's fantastic. So they extract the butter while they're making the cacao. And you just want to make sure it doesn't burn. So you're just going to keep a close eye on your cacao. I can move my computer over. So maybe you can hear me. It's in the sink. So I know this isn't like, it's not recommended to put your laptop in a sink, but we'll do it just for today. Now after doing this, I'm so impressed with everyone that has cooking shows. This is a whole thing. Okay, so stirring the cacao, stirring the coconut oil. And it's getting so like beautiful and melted. And so now,
Alisa, could you just run through, did you put coconut oil with the cacao or is it
I
too
did quite a bit in. Yeah, I added some coconut oil in.
as it
You know who actually should write their cacao recipe down if they're open to sharing? Jessica. Jessica made me one of my favorite cacaos. So maybe she could pop that in to the chat or on the Facebook page. Yeah.
She just made it and it's so good. And did you use a milk frother? She uses a blender.
Yeah, she uses a blender. We have a blender here too.
Yes, yeah.
And I just have all these like goddesses around me just like stretching and moving.
Does the pudding
Breaking a cacao. There we go.
the pudding eventually go in the refrigerator?
Pardon me?
Does the pudding eventually go in the refrigerator?
The what? The pudding?
Yeah. What we're
Oh,
making.
it's not a pudding.
Huh?
It's a chai drink.
Isn't it cacao chai pudding?
No.
That's that's what the recipe says.
It says pudding?
two different things.
It does say pudding.
It says
Well, what you can do, if you have extras left over, you don't want to drink it, you can put it in the fridge.
Turn into a chia pudding.
Oh, you can add chia too. That would be delicious.
yeah, that's what I was thinking it was gonna look like. Like I was thinking it was gonna be like a little like pudding thing.
Can you hold the strainer?
You can definitely do that. That is also an option. Here we're going to be drinking it straight up because that's what we like to do.
Beautiful.
I love drinking hot cacao.
So what I did with the cacao chai is I melted the cacao and then oh god.
Oh God,
I used the kitchery spoon very quickly.
cacao.
All right. All right. Hi, Teddy. Teddy, thank you for joining. I'm gonna put you back on my stool so you can see all of the wonders. All right. So what I did was I strained my cacao now from the flavorful herbs, and then I added it to the cacao mixture, the cacao and coconut oil. And then at the end, I'm gonna add in sweetener of your choice, preferably not sugar, unless it's like raw, or even then, I don't know. Sugar kind of weirds me out. But you can use like maple syrup, honey, use your discretion, whatever maybe agave, or maybe you don't have any sweetener at all. I have a sweet tooth, so I love honey. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world.
That's why we call her Honey,
Honey.
because she's so sweet.
All right. So. Okay, that's so on.
It's getting hot in here.
We're getting hot. All right. So while we're stirring, while we're chopping, our music faded out, but we are the music. And so again, you can be like adding in some. If you have a favorite mantra you like to use, if you just like to sing Pink Floyd, you can sing that into your dinner and just keep adding those vibrations in. And all of the herbs that we're using too. So we're using, it's all xylitol. Ah, thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany is a food wizard. Tiffany's got it. Got good answers. Okay, so making your intuitive salad.
Here's to Tiffany. Ow, ow.
So the salad is being chopped or has been chopped. And now we're going to be making our tahini dressing. Okay, so there's a lot of things happening in this kitchen, but it's going to be magical. Narissa's kind of my go-to right now. Narissa, are you ready? She's gone. She went. Narissa.
She's done.
Narissa left the building. Narissa, are you ready to make your dressing?
So I bought some.
Okay, Narissa's already got her dressing going. All right, so I'm going to show you my favorite salad dressing in the whole world, and it's just you can just make it for any occasion. Tahini. Oh, herb tahini. Very good. Very good, Narissa. She cheated well. Okay. Tahini is like, for me, it's just like the divine nectar. I'm obsessed with tahini. I used to go through a jar a week. And again, one of those things that's great if you are on a vegan diet. It's got a lot of really great components. It's best if you can get everything, like everything I say, if it's possible for you to get it organic, if you're able, I feel like when we splurge on food or when we spend a little bit more money on food, it's kind of like spending money on your car. Like your body is your main vehicle in this world. So you want to make sure that look into things that you're eating, investigate, research. Yes, tahini comes from sesame seeds. Thank you, Gigi. And so I'm still trying to open my jar. There we go. And so just taking that time to really really nourish your body and take care of it, because it is the vehicle that gets you around in this life. Okay, so with your tahini dressing, the chai is done. And so the tahini, I'm going to be adding in, that sounds amazing, Amy. So in this dressing, we're going to be, Stephanie, I promise to clean your kitchen after. I've made a wild mess in here. And so we're going to be adding, I'm cooking for about 3 people. So I'm going to make enough dressing because I'm going to probably want a majority of it. So I'm going to be adding about 4 tablespoons of tahini. This is a very messy one. So I'm going to add in, I'm going to stir the tahini. Sometimes it's a little chunkier. This one's like very strangely smooth, made here in Guatemala. I'm super lucky. Everything was local. And also adding in a little bit of water. So I would say about 3 tablespoons of water, and just continue to stir. Tahini is this like magical expanding ingredient. Gigi, would you help me find a charger for my computer?
Yeah.
Is there a place to plug it in?
Yeah, you can use them.
Amazing. Sorry, just plugging in my Gigi, the mysterious Gigi. Thank you.
I'm going to try to make this chai pudding over here. I'm just vocalizing where I'm at because I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm letting you
Gigi's
know.
gonna make the chai pudding that was on the recipe, and I'm gonna be making chai drink.
I'm inventing it, I suppose.
Okay, so in the tahini dressing, adding about 3 tablespoons of tahini, some water, and then I wasn't able to find lemon, but if you have lemon, that's preferred. Again, and then I know you just had, for those that were in the last workshop, if you were in the nomadic living workshop, we are definitely in that nomadic life. So you work with what you got. Yeah, Narissa is the cooking show demonstrating. She's awesome. Okay, yeah, so squeezing in my lemon. She's squeezing something over there.
I'm just making the cacao.
So I'm just gonna add half a lemon. It's pretty intense, so maybe just like a quarter of a lemon, maybe a teaspoon. Again, everything I'm doing is just guessing. And then we're living in the volcanoes at the moment, so we're gonna be using some of Steph's fantastic black volcanic salt. And if you can get your hands on black volcano, pink Himalayan, just salt, especially if you can get salt that's actually from where you're living and find it from a source. I know in America, there's this one from Portland I used to love, or there's one, Portland? Yeah, they have amazing salt, really good salt there. And so that salt has lots of like minerals and vitamins, and regular white salt isn't, well, it's really not the best. If you can just avoid it all the time, that's preferred. Yeah, it does smell like eggs. That is, yeah. And if you've ever actually gone to a volcano and sat in a hot spring, it does smell very eggy. And so you'll notice with my tahini, it's getting quite thick. So I'm just gonna add more water as I need it. Maybe sometimes you like apple cider vinegar. Maybe you wanna add in your own thing. I'm just gonna be doing tahini, water, lemon, and then adding in my favorite, and like one of my other favorite spices, which is paprika. Oh my God, especially smoked paprika. It's so unbelievable. And this, I store this. So if you make a lot, maybe you want to make a whole bunch, I actually store it in the fridge for a couple of days and just bring it out. If you want to make your own hummus, you can just take this and add in some cooked chickpeas and blend the chickpeas or lentils or black beans or sweet potato. And then you can actually make this amazing dip out of it as well. So you can go wild with tahini. It's like the gift from the gods.
Black salt's my favorite to add to tofu to make scrambled tofu instead of scrambled eggs for non-vegans to enjoy it.
Ah, yeah.
It gives it that eggy flavor for people who aren't vegan.
Wow. That's Amy, no? All right. So how are we going on time? I'm losing, like usual, I have no idea what time it is.
You've got about 20 minutes. So it would be kind of cool to, at some point, talk about actually eating and the conscious vibrations, because I know that that's something you're amazing at teaching as well.
Yes. So because I can be a little bit Wolverine-like, where I'm like, I've had to really, my family, like you go to our Christmas reunion and it's like watching this pack of wolves like attack the Christmas buffet. It's like, and I've done it too. It's very intimidating to be at my family gatherings. So we're going to be talking about mindful eating. Yay. Something I've really had to work with again, because I have that Wolverine tendencies. And again, like we are working on reprogramming ourselves and reprogramming, basically going back to everything. So reprogramming the way that we're eating, what we're eating, and the way that we're eating is everything you're doing during the day is intention. And so when you're eating your meal, as you're cooking it, it's this act of worship. Your body's your temple. Your body is your temple. There is no outside temple. Your body is the temple. It's your ceremony. And so creating that ceremonial, as you do, like there's cacao ceremonies, there's ceremonies of all kinds. And now, what if your whole day became an epic ceremony? Like, what if everything you did from the moment you woke up and that first breath, you had a breath work ceremony, you swam, you did yoga, and then you actually like working on your laptop, like it doesn't have to be this condemned thing. It is also ritualistic to see that you're able to integrate technology and consciousness as one. And so with food, it's just like chewing a little bit more, there's like, even like, I think in Jewish, I believe it's Judaism, and there's this rule where you have to chew your food. How many times, do you know? There's a rule. I forget what it is, but it's like 22 times.
No, I was told like 100 times.
100 times. That sounds like a lot.
That's a lot. It makes it a mush bin.
Yeah. So Megan and I are going to demonstrate how to chew your food. Here we go.
That means we get to eat.
Yeah, we're gonna taste test the kitchery. It's not quite ready. It's so funny. Okay, taste testing the kitchery. This is okay, so first.
Smell the food.
Okay. First, you're gonna smell the food and just kind of like bring this into your like sensory experience. If you practice Reiki or energy healing, you can also just like, thank you, Platux. You can also bring your energy into your food. So just like holding it, you bring it to your heart. If it's too cheesy for you, you can do whatever you want. Really, this is your game. And so you can place your hands on it, you can do your magic on it, but just really feel like you're bringing your full intention and your full awareness into the meal. And also notice how you're breathing. So even in this moment, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're eating, and even if you're just sitting there, just take a moment to notice how you're breathing. Are you breathing to the whole belly? Noticing that also breath is a huge part of the digestion process. And this is when I find out if the khichdi is ready to eat or not. Megan, you want to try it first? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You're
guys.
supposed to
Did you
slowly.
put salt?
So you're gonna put it in your mouth. Khichdi is kind of mushy, so I don't think you have to chew it so much. You're gonna chew it, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna notice that it's missing a couple ingredients. This is called taste testing.
Also, one thing about khichdi is that it's neutral for the digestive system. So it's almost already digested. So it's kind of like baby food. That's why it's considered a fast in Ayurvedic. So,
And you can make sound, you can enjoy, you can scare your family, you do you. As long as you're enjoying and again, the intention of this show is to be like cooking as your medicine. So it's kind of like every meal you make, every morsel, babies would like it. I would research that. Orgasmic food coma.
we love it.
Chewing with your mouth closed, I think.
Wait, keep popping that.
Yeah. So there is. I haven't personally tried a khichdi cleanse, but maybe
I have.
Megan has. Megan, want to tell about your experience with the khichdi cleanse?
Okay, sure. So I had a lot of digestive issues, and I actually had leaky gut for a long time. So I had to heal the digestive tract, the lining of my digestive system. So basically I had lesions in my stomach. And so one of the things that I used to heal myself was khichdi. And because it's so, it's basically all the protein, all the fiber you need, all the nutrients. But it's like I said, it's neutral for the digestive system. So it's super easy to digest, and it's warm and nurturing. It's grounding. So it's really amazing. I just found that it really helped heal my digestive system and helped me. Actually, the gut and the brain are linked. And so when you start working with healthier foods and start to heal your digestion, you'll notice that your brain, you'll start thinking clearer, and you'll start having more inspiration and creativity because you're working on a more optimal level. So I noticed that my brain started working better, that I was able to focus more, that I was able to have more energy, and I even like started feeling tingles in my third eye. That was a really powerful thing. I also did the GAPS diet for a while, so that's a whole different thing. But
yeah, Megan has experimented. Oh, Natasha, how long did you do it for?
Well, I guess the consecutive khichdi. I mean, I eat khichdi. It's probably one of my staple foods. So it was almost every week. I never did, I usually did 2 meals a day, and it was for a couple weeks, but I eat khichdi almost, at least a few times a week, because it is one of those things that's like super grounding, super filling, super nurturing and nourishing. Oh, cool. Yeah. So we're glad to be able to share that. Oh, you're welcome, Tiffany. Cute. Yeah. It's just super, like I said, just super powerful to start to heal the gut and to feel that connection with the brain and have that healing happen. How long did it take to heal my leaky gut? It took a a number of years. I actually I cut out gluten and dairy and some of the you have to figure out when you get food sensitivities, it usually means that there's an IgE and IgG response to food. So one's an immediate allergic reaction and the other one's like a delayed reaction to food. So I found out I was starting to have delayed reactions to food. And so, yeah, this does come with Kundalini awakenings. It was something that started to happen when I was going through a major Kundalini awakening a number of years ago. I got really, really sick for a number of years, and it was a process of definitely healing the gut and definitely, just balancing the body mind. It takes you, I still don't eat gluten. I find it really irritating for most people just because the way they process gluten, and dairy is one of the most mucus forming foods. So it just kind of creates that like icky, congested feeling. Those are the main things that I recommend really knocking out for almost everybody. I find a huge difference. And I've coached people in food, overcoming food allergies and stuff. And that's one of the things that has made a tremendous impact on a lot of people's lives. So I highly, highly recommend that. Ken makes a great gluten-free kosher bread. Great. Yeah, it's really good to find other options. And I will say that for my gut healing, even the gluten-free things, like processed foods altogether, for a while when I was healing my gut, that was a major thing in releasing, was even gluten-free options like breads, anything processed, sugars especially. It was for caffeine. Caffeine is a major thing. I'm really super sensitive to caffeine. Cacao is okay. Coffee really was a major irritant for me as well. Caffeine, especially on an empty stomach, from Jessica. Yeah, super sensitive to caffeine. Yeah, a lot of sensitive people are super sensitive to caffeine. And so, yeah, it's definitely one of those major things that if you're having, it's extremely acidic. So if you're having gut issues, one of the things that can help change things for you. Any other questions? Even the kombucha made with very little caffeine. Yeah, kombucha is amazing, and it's like one of those things that does have a lot of caffeine too. And if you're sensitive, like anything, it is. Even cacao has caffeine, so if you have sensitivity to it, it's like you can have with cacao, it's about the medicine and about the spirit of the cacao. So you can even have like the smallest dose and really feel a powerful effect, especially because with cacao you want to set an intention with the cacao, because it really holds the vibration of whatever you infuse into it. Cacao gives me, it's going so fast. Yep.
Huh?
I don't know, I miss whatever.
You guys are awesome.
I love the responses. That's why I get the wafers. Oh yeah, the wafers, and you can kind of control the dosage a little bit more. This is my first time having with coconut oil.
Or you usually use ghee?
Nurses usually use ghee.
No, I usually don't add an oil at all. I just either have it with hot water and like cinnamon and the things, and then
I find the oil is really powerful for, it's really good to have those healthy fats and to allow the digestive system to be lubricated with those fats, because it kind of coats the lining of the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I know we have a lot of vegans on here, but I mentioned before the GAPS diet, and that was a lot of bone broth, and that was super powerful for healing the lining of the gut. That was like the major thing that was super healing for me. So
I typically
know a lot of vegans on here, and that might not be your thing, but if you do have gut issues, that was one of the things that did help me so much. I could feel, like I was saying, like the tingling in the brain. It's best to get organic bones, and always honor the animal and honor everything that you're using, because if you do it in a ceremonial, sacred way, you can honor everything and have it be a medicine. Do you know any vegan alternatives to bone broth?
Yeah, mushrooms. So look into different, and Steph, what's your vegan bone broth answer? Yeah, veggie broth and mushrooms. So a lot of it's more also looking at like the different aminos that your body's going to need. And so chia seeds are amazing. Flax seeds, soaking them over, soaking. Chia seeds and banana. Marissa's still making a pudding.
Aww, let us know how it is. It sounds amazing.
But yeah, so you can check out different mushrooms. And I know that I've actually used like full power, like turkey tail, reishi, chaga. Like I went wild. I made this amazing mushroom broth, and it's also like really good for the bones and bone health too. And so there's so much research to be had, but again, there is nothing that's more powerful than your intuition and really tapping into your body and its needs. Okay, so we are going to be finishing up here soon. So I'm going to be posting a picture of the completed project on the Facebook page. So you'll have to check it out and like it there. And thank you for sending that, Michael. So cool. Can I get you on mushroom stirring?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Megan's going to stir the mushrooms. All right, so what we're doing here to finish off the meal. So I've actually snuggly added some nutritional yeast into my dressing. It's very thick, again, as you'll see. So I'm going to be adding more water in and my paprika. So I'll have my salad dressing. I have my salad just drying and getting ready to be ripped up into a beautiful salad. I'm going to add in some other beautiful vegetables. I'm going to add in some avocado, some cilantro. I've got my kitchery. I've just added my cilantro in at the end. Yes, Narissa. Narissa's going to show us her kitchery. And so I'm going to be adding my coriander in a moment. On top of my salad, I'm going to be putting some mushrooms, and then me and the ladies are going to be having our cacao chai together, sitting outside in the sunshine. And so I'm going to be sending a picture and able to answer any of your questions via Instagram, or maybe Chelsea can send out my email address to anyone that wants it, or I'll just post it on the page. And I think it's going to be in the chat box as well. Okay, yeah. So you can message me on Instagram, show me a picture of your food. I'm here to answer any other questions that pop up, or if Chelsea wants to voice any of the big questions that have arisen, Megan and I.
Sure. And if you guys want to, if you guys actually made this meal, I would love for you to put the picture of it on our Facebook so we can all see it, because that would be so amazing to see your creations. We've got Michael over there like, yes, I would be interested in seeing what everybody made. I know some of you guys are major cooks, and this was so special. Alisa and Megan, this was amazing, and you guys now have a deeper insight into my life, because they are both my roommates and my best friends. I had no idea how this was going to go, but I know how much Alisa I really didn't, but I know how much Alisa has taught me, and living with them has been like amazing, and we all live like really amazing like yogic lives, especially Alisa. She's been a yoga teacher for a long time, lived in India, and obviously you guys can see she brings that into everything that she does. And life is always this like cosmic comedy constantly, so it's amazing. And she's also a conscious rapper on the side, so I'm sure at some point you can ask her to lay down a little rap and she'll do that for you. Very entertaining. So thank you, Alisa. Thank you, Megan, for both being on here. Is there anything else so Alisa, we have like a few more minutes. Is there anything else that you feel you want to kind of conclude with around like conscious eating and cooking, and really just bringing like this yogic lifestyle into everything that people do?
I think it's just slowness. I think that really is a big medicine for us right now. And especially myself, like I'm like vata, I'm like air, like I'm like, if I didn't do yoga, oh my goodness, I would be like bouncing up and down and flip-flopping around. So yoga for me has been like my own necessary. However, we all have our own yoga. And so I think just yoga is one aspect of it, but I think it's just mindfulness, just slowness, just like digging a little deeper than the surface, you know, like being authentic. Like what is an authentic real meal? What is who made your meal? Who grew your food? What happened in the ground? Like that's the questions we need to be asking right now. And those questions that are like 2 words, question everything. Question everything. Just question it all, you know? As soon as someone tells you something, try it and see how it works, but then question it. Maybe it's not you. Maybe yoga isn't you. Maybe your yoga is painting. Maybe your yoga is dancing. Maybe your yoga is comedy. Maybe your yoga is rapping. Maybe it's surfing. Whatever it is, like this is all the human experience is this like individual beautiful experience that we're all here like together, and it's such a gift to share this experience with you, and I'm sure many other experiences in the future. So just to go into that day as one big epic ritual, one big epic prayer. Sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's sweet. A lot of us do suffer from maybe eating disorders or past eating disorders or weird relationships with food, and that's just a suggestion to bring more mindfulness into that. Take a light into the darkness. Take a light into what is uncomfortable for you and make it fun, make it playful, make it sweet. Take pictures of your food, decorate it, go wild and enjoy it with friends, or even just call your friends on Zoom and do like cooking dates, and yeah, make it your thing, you know, because it's something you do every day. And it's very, very special. And I'm so grateful because Chelsea is one of my most amazing taste testers, and she actually is a better cook than she talks about. So there's an epic meal waiting for us when we return.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, Alisa, for being so sweet and helpful on this show and demonstrating the cooking that I was running around to do. And thank you, everyone, for your patience. This is our first one. I'm not sure when the next one will be, so stay tuned.
So good.
Thank you,
I
Jess.
love it. And
love you, ladies. And
I know we've been talking about traveling and digital nomadism. We had Derek. Now we have Alisa and Megan that are actually